I feel like I have been craving a gothy glam, and I just feel like this is what is needed. Red and black, the perfect color combination. Let's go ahead and do it. Starting off, we just have our blank base. I do have my brows on. Our main palette that I want to use is the Sinister palette by Cosmic Brushes and or Cosmic Beauty. I never give this palette enough love, and it's definitely gorgeous. It has a lot of red tones. I literally use like 4 of them on my brow. I did try to do this look, the original one that I showed you a second ago, the other day, and I didn't love it. I feel like whenever I try to do a truly smoky eye, it's not like my version that I kind of tend to do, I hate it. So we're going to try to do something similar to what I would do. I am going to go ahead and extend the crease out just because it tends to be how I like it, or like a wing kind of shape. So I'm going to be using some tape to help me with that, because I also really want to do that liner. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do it, but I guess we shall see. So I'm going to start off with the shade Void, which is the black. I'm just going to take a flat shader brush, and I really just want to get that color on. And then I'm going to take it just to where the color part of my eye starts. I think I'm going to take it just enough so that when my eye is kind of open, you are able to still see the shadow. And then I want to continue the wing out to the tape. And then all I have on my eyelid right now is just a little bit of concealer, the L'Oreal. Next, I'm going to dip in with Damned. I'm just going to be stamping along the black. The same brush just wiped off, and I want to dip in with Nightmare. And then I'm just doing the exact same thing. I'm slightly extending this one out a bit more, mainly onto the lid. And the crease, I'm still going to keep it as tight as I can, like this area right here, just because I want the brow bone to remain relatively clear. Still using the same brush, I'm going to go in with Danger, the bright red, and I'm going to mainly use this shade on the front part here. I'm going to try really hard though not to take it too far in. My biggest thing whenever I do like a smoky or darker vibe, I feel, is that I take a shade too far into the inner part of my eye, and then it for me, like, closing my eyes out, and I hate it. So I think I'm just going to take it just to about here and do my best to round out that red and continue to take it all around that shape. Next up, I'm just going to use a really small, super fluffy blending brush. I'm really just going to take my time holding the brush towards the end and just doing little circles to help this to completely blend out. So now that we are to this point, I had an idea, and I hope it's going to work. I'm going to try to pop up my fellow friend on TikTok's video here, or at least like their channel, so you can check them out if you would like to. But they did a liner the other day where they blended 2 colors together, and I'm thinking black and red, obviously. So black at the front and then like red towards the back. What do we think? Lethal Cosmetics has their water activated liner, so I'll be using the black and the red. I think I'm going to try and use the Singe liner brush. The one I'm most nervous about is the red, so I'm going to start off with that first. So I think I'm going to start off by following our shape first along the tape. I think I might have to do a couple of coats to get the full opacity that I want. And then I'm just going to take the red just up to where that black stops. I just realized I should have zoomed this in, so hopefully this is helping. So hopefully you can see. And I do want it to be relatively thick. Alright, while that's drying, I went ahead and wiped off the brush, and I'm just going to go in with some of the black, and I'm just going to try to meet up with that same spot of the red. Okay, so liner is sufficiently dry. It's a little shinier than I thought, so I don't know if maybe I ordered a metallic one or something, but whatever. I'm tempted to go with shadow in a second, but I wanted to do the little trick that I saw. And then what they said you want to do is get your brush just a little wet so that we can reactivate the 2. And then I'm just going to kind of tap over it. What I went ahead and did on this side is I did use some of the shadow, and I think it looks better. This side just looks too shiny, and I don't know. It is a little creasy, but hey, I'm like new-ish to water activated liner. I never use it, but I really want to start. So I'm just taking our red shadow, and I'm just tapping over that water activated liner. I'm actually really happy how well it is sitting on top of that. And then I'm just going to take that right in the middle of my pupil. Flipping over to the black, I'm just going to apply some of that into the inner corner. And then I'm just going to take one of the mid-tone shades that we used. So I'm going to take Nightmare, and use that to transition those two shades. Alright, let's go and remove our tape. So now transitioning to the underside of our eye, I think I'm just going to take a black pencil, just fill in the bottom waterline. So once that is laid down, let's just go ahead and take an angled brush, and I'm just going to dip in with that black shade Void. I'm just going to take the black all along my lower lash line, and then anywhere that, I don't know if you can see, where it's harder to get that black to stick, I'm almost going to take the black and kind of tap it along my waterline a bit, just to try to get it as black as I possibly can. Do I just keep it black like this? I'm a little tempted just to take a little bit of red just to help to smudge it out, because I really like what we have on the top. I don't want to distract from that. So I'm going to take a smudgy kind of pencil brush. This one has relatively no product on it. I'm just going to use it to start smudging out the lower lash line and just tapping over to get it to start to slightly soften. You're seeing I'm having probably a little bit of grayish happening. Hopefully if I put some red on that, it will work out a bit better and not look so, gray. So let's go ahead and take a little bit of Danger, which is that bright red. I just wiped off my brush, and I'm hoping that I can just pick where I want the color to go and stamp over. And then back with the fluffy brush we used, just to really soften that out. So eyes are complete. Literally so delicious. So I'm just gonna go in with some blush. So I'm just using this red blush, and I'm hoping, or I'm thinking, I want to do it heavier towards the back. And I'm going to try to actually keep it really blushy today, because I did have a video come out recently, and I noticed that the blush, I wanted to be really blushy, and it just wasn't working. So I'm going to hope that this can kind of really do what it needs to do. Alright, lips are lined. I'm going with my absolute favorite black liquid lipstick. Black Moon Cosmetics Sleepwalker. Can you see that? So intense. Alright, black lip on. I think lastly we need a red highlighter. And the only one I ever see, I never hear anybody talking about this enough, and it always breaks my heart. Beauty Moon Cosmetics came out with these a while ago. This one is in the shade Diablo. I hope you're able to see. But what I love is that it is pinky, but it's warm. It literally is one of my favorites. So let's go ahead and just apply that and just, can you see that? It's so good. So that is the end of today's video. Let me know what you think down below. I had a lot of fun creating this one. It's super fun, and I don't know, I really love it. Let me know what you think. Please give me a like and subscribe, and I'd absolutely love to have you here. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on my next one. Okay, bye.